What can people with disabilities do? That's a good question, and it's a good conversation that I had with Anna over on her YouTube channel, CP Life. I want to show a portion of that, but I really encourage you to watch the whole thing over on her channel too. The gist of it is that people with disabilities have a range of abilities, right? Different people have different disabilities and different abilities. We can all do different things. So before I show you part of that conversation, I want to show you a few things that Raelynn can do. First, Raelynn can make us happy. I also want to show that Raelynn can communicate with her eyes. She can tell us very clearly how she feels. She can hold her head up good.
Bring your head down, bring your head down.
She can work hard doing physical therapy.
Good job.
She look at you?
A little bit. You tried a little bit.
She can ignore us if she wants to ignore us.
Hey.
Is Morgan making you stay like
Yeah,
that?
are you mad at me?
She's like, I'm gonna
I
look away
saw
from
that.
you.
Are you mad at mommy? Yeah, you are. I see you trying to look further away. She will look
giving her
away
the
at
side
us
eye?
too. Yeah.
If she's trying.
Yes.
Are you gonna look at? She's like, oh god, I don't want to look at her either.
Those
like,
are
play the music.
Yeah, that's some intentional eye movement, right?
Are you annoyed? Let's try this.
Oh, are they going a little silly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
moving.
Are they
She's
going a
talking,
little
yeah.
silly? Let's listen to music.
I
They're
know.
her people, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
she does.
She can say a lot, even though she's nonverbal. So I guess what I'm saying today is just that don't put everybody in a box. Don't label people in terms of what they can and can't do. I think instead of seeking to label each other, we should simply seek to get along, love each other, help each other, and even serve each other based on our various strengths. The thing is, just because she has spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy, Raelynn is not useless. She makes me smile every day, and I hope that you're making people smile too.
Welcome everybody. Today I have my baby back on Hannah. So welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, I had Raelynn in here too, but she was starting to get tired of sitting in her chair, so I had to go lay her back down in bed.
Yeah, I don't blame her. But hello, you were talking about like what people with disability can do. I work for university in the Missouri developmental health department. What we do there is to make sure that people with disability can have their best life possible, and we really kind of cater to the people that like what they can and cannot do, you know. Before I worked for the program, I had a tendency to let people tell me what I can do, and I was like, oh, well, that's fine, because like, I'm not a very confrontational person, so it was fun for me to be like, no, actually, I want to do something else, you know?
Yeah, for a while, we didn't realize the choices that Raelynn could make. So, I mean, it was difficult because she has very, very limited communication. But once we realized that we can give her some choices to make, and then she would make those choices, and we realized, oh man, we spent so much time basically, I wouldn't say forcing, because she can still close her eyes if she wants to, but giving her things that she didn't really want. And that made us feel bad a little bit, but at the same time, we're also grateful that we were able to learn what she does like. My daughter Raelynn has, and you have this too, is what you said, right? Spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy. And of course, there's varying degrees in terms of the limitations there, or the, you know, how severe it is in each person's case. So for my daughter, her severity is basically such that she can't walk or crawl or really use her limbs to do anything. She can't pick things up. She has no cognitive control of her forelimbs. So that basically means that when a lot of people look at her, they think, well, she can't do anything. But that's simply not true. She can't do anything with her limbs, but she can still think. She can still make choices. One of the things that we talk about a lot is that one of the things that she does is that she actually provides jobs for people. Like, we have nurses and therapists and teachers who come into our home and work with her. She provides income for people just by being herself. So that's something that she does. Everyone leans on other people for something. And if they didn't do that, I mean, they would be called a hermit, right? They like
Right.
somebody who has no contact with other people, doesn't think that they need other people at all. That's kind of a sad life. We're made to interact and lean on people and help other people, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's how life is, right?
Right.
Just thinking through the various supports that we have, it's good that we all have a support system, right?
Right.
So that you can lean on them, whether for physical or spiritual or emotional. Like for me and for my family, a lot of that comes through our church. Like we have a spiritual and emotional support system there in which we help each other. Like I talk to other people sometimes in our community who simply, they just don't have anything like that. And it's sad that they don't. And yet at the same time, I invite them and say, hey, I invite you to our church. I invite you to come and be a part of, so that we can help each other. So that we can, like, sometimes I'll need help and you can help me, and sometimes you'll need help and I can help you. And it's like you said, it's important for us to have that support system, especially as you think through sometimes what your limitations are. So you can think, well, I'm limited in this way. I need help in this way. And yet I also have these strengths that I can help other people with. And maybe they'll need help in those areas.
Right. And that may another thing with disability employment too for people with disability is I think there needs to be more there's plenty of vocational places and stuff like that, but I think when it comes to what disability even people can do, it really they have to make an employer that accommodates everyone, not the one disability. That's what I noticed about too.
Yeah, definitely. And I think sometimes employers don't think about the ramifications of excluding certain people from certain jobs. Like I really liked that for a while. I can't remember which industries it was, but I remember there were a lot of greeters in various places, whether, Walmart, movie theaters, those kinds of things, who oftentimes were people with disabilities. And I thought that was great. I mean, like, they recognized that maybe they can't walk around, maybe they can't do other certain things, but they could certainly greet people as they came through the door. I mean, there's no, like, and I wish I would see more of that kind of thing. Like, because sometimes, and not to say that we exclude able-bodied people from certain jobs because they don't have a disability. I wouldn't go that far. However, at the same time, I think sometimes they just simply overlook the fact that people with disabilities are needing jobs, and thinking through what kind of jobs can we help them to find that suit their strengths. With Raelynn, for example, like, she's never going to get a job like a job. She's just not. But recognizing her limitation in that area doesn't mean that she's not productive in society in a way. Because like I said before, in a way, she's giving people jobs. Like, when you think about it, she's kind of the boss. She's the CEO of her company in a way. Like, she's providing jobs to people in the community. And we've learned also, like, she's good at communicating what she needs. Like, she's really good about telling us if she's in pain or if she's uncomfortable. Sometimes we don't always know what part of her is in pain. However, like, sometimes we do know what part of her is in pain. So, like, we can get her special services to help with that area, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So whether it's physical therapy or increased doctor's appointments, like I said, she's never going to have a typical job. However, she's providing jobs. So it's kind of cool to think of it that way.
Right. Well, I know people are providing happiness, and that's where YouTube come in too, or any type of media too, because he's using her platform to help everybody else her life. Therefore, he's educating the world about her disability.
Right, definitely. Yeah, she's a YouTuber.
Yeah, he's an influencer.
Yep, definitely.
But yeah, and that's the neat thing about social media influencers. Some people say, like, the disabled community, you their disabled family members to make money on YouTube, and I yeah, maybe some people do, but I mean, most people don't, you know.
Yeah, and I would say most people also times just don't try to the point of knowing if it's possible or not. I've mentioned before, I'm a pastor, and I get a lot of people who in our community are just asking for money, handouts for money. And, you know, as a pastor in a church, we want to help them. However, as you start talking to a lot of these people, they just simply don't want to help themselves, like at all. They say they make an excuse after excuse after excuse of why they can't work, why they can't get a job. And like you said, in the age of social media and the internet today, I mean, at least there's people who are just, I mean, making money from their basement in their mom's house, you know, whatever it is. But you have to have the mentality of it's possible. Like, as you said already, Raelynn is a YouTuber. Now, she wouldn't have this platform if not for me to, you know, edit all these videos together and film and all that stuff. But the fact is that even though she is spastic, quadriplegic, cerebral palsy, she's still like providing jobs, providing hope, providing joy to people. And there's so many people who are able-bodied who just think that they have nothing to contribute to society. And I'm just thinking, where do you come to that conclusion? Like, you have something to contribute no matter who you are. You can do something. Hey, and like I said before, click that video below and you can watch that full video of that conversation that I had with Anna over at her channel. I hope you do that, and God bless you. We'll see you again next time.